Have you ever trusted someone only to realize later that the person you thought you knew was nothing but a mask? The smile was real, the confidence was convincing, but something deep inside you whispered, "This isn't who they really are." Carl Jung believed that no matter how perfectly someone performs their role in life, two hidden cracks always reveal the truth beneath their mask. And once you know how to spot them, you'll never look at people the same way again. The illusion of the persona. In a world where performance is everything, whether on social media or on resumes, even on first dates, we work to curate our image. They hope to come off as confident or kind or strong, or all of the above. But Jung cautioned us that this persona, the social mask, is not the whole person. It's the makeshift costume we wear to survive society. Behind it waits the true self, sometimes even hidden to the person wearing the mask. And Jung found two simple but impossible to ignore signs that indicate you who someone truly is. The first reveal: shadow in the mirror. The first is what Jung called the shadow. You can watch it unfold whenever somebody judges another person within a higher intensity than normal. The next time one colleague can't seem to stop criticizing another, imagine you're at work and you replace their names with your own and your colleagues. She's fake, he's arrogant, they're manipulative, their anger is hot, their energy almost obsessive. At first glance, it seems as if they are talking about someone else. But Jung intuited something deeper. They are talking about themselves. The traits they cannot stand in others are often the very traits they've buried in themselves. We project what we cannot accept. The louder the judgment, the closer you are to seeing their shadow. Take Daniel, a respected architect admired for his honesty. In every meeting, he attacks his colleague Alex for being too slick with clients. Daniel insists Alex is manipulative, fake, and untrustworthy. But were Jung in the room, he would not address Alex as Alex. He'd focus on Daniel. Why? Because Daniel's hate lets him talk his yearning. Deep down inside, Daniel really wants to be more of a charmer, a social adept, a magnet. But he has buried those desires because he thinks they would make him dishonest. So rather than accepting this part of himself, he condemns it in someone else. Jung once said, "We cannot change anything until we accept it." Condemnation does not liberate. It oppresses. When you see someone judging harshly, you're actually watching their inner battle play out in public. But projection isn't only negative. When another person is always congratulating others, telling them that they are smart, strong, brave, etc., that could be their shadow as well. Not the dark side, but the unlived side. They are projecting characteristics that they have in secret, but have not claimed yet. Hero they admire. The hero they admire in others is the hero that they are afraid to be themselves. The key is emotional intensity. If the reaction is stronger than the situation calls for, it's not about the other person, it's about the shadow within. The second reveal: when the mask slips. The second indicator is even more telling. Jung observed that there is a great expenditure of energy in the maintenance of one's persona, the social mask. But the truth comes out under stress when the mask slips. Observe someone when he or she is unexpectedly criticized, or when someone questions their knowledge or their abilities, or when they're caught doing wrong. How do they react, with interest or with resistance? Do they pass the blame or hold themselves accountable? Do they fight for their image or admit to being human? This is what Jung referred to as the trial of persona preservation. As soon as the mask cracks, the truth is revealed. Take Sarah, the marketing director who prides herself on her cool professionalism. She's made a career out of never losing her cool. But a client threatens her plans during a high-stakes meeting. Suddenly, Sarah snaps. Her voice goes up an octave, her body tenses, and she starts to blame her team. In that instant, years of polished composure vanish. The calm professional is gone, and the defensive, insecure side of Sarah is revealed. Jung believed these moments reveal character more than hours of prepared performance, because when the mask slips, the unconscious steps forward. These reveals aren't limited to dramatic crises. They happen in the smallest moments, when someone is kept waiting too long, when their phone dies and they can't escape into distraction, when a joke falls flat, tiny cracks in the mask micro-expressions, shifts in tone, flashes of defensiveness show the authentic person beneath the performance. The integrated person, the one who has accepted their flaws, their strengths, their shadow, doesn't crumble when the mask is challenged. Their public face and private reality are aligned, but the less integrated someone is, the more dramatic the breakdown will be. Why are these two signs, projection and persona breakdown, so reliable? Because they bypass conscious control. You can control what you say, practice your facial expressions, even discipline your body language, but you can't control the unconscious forces that make you project or the stress that breaks your persona. Judgment reveals inner conflict. Stress reveals hidden defenses, and both lead straight to character. But Jung went further. He wondered, what does it mean when somebody sees his or her own shadow? This is the ultimate test. I call it the integration reflex. And what if you said to Daniel, the architect, "You're obviously incredibly threatened by Alex's magnetism. Have you ever wanted to be able to do them yourself?" If Daniel explodes, "You think I'm fake," and he's still locked in unconscious projection. But if Daniel pauses and acknowledges, "I guess I do wish I was more socially smooth," which is maybe why he annoys me, then is growth happening before your eyes. The ability to acknowledge the shadow instead of denying it is what Jung called individuation, the journey of becoming whole. 3 types of character. From this, Jung saw 3 types of people. 1. The unconscious type, blind to their projections, always defensive, unaware of their patterns. 2. The aware but defended type. They know their tendencies but refuse to face them fully. 3. The integrated type. They accept their contradictions, learn from them, and grow stronger. The integrated person is far from perfect, they're just awake. And this is where it gets creepy. These tools not only illuminate others, they reveal you. Each time someone gets on your nerves, what do you ask yourself? What is this in me? Whenever someone boggles your mind, ask, what hidden potential am I projecting onto them? Each time your own mask slips, take note of what imperfect part of yourself you're still having difficulty accepting. Jung wrote, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." The real purpose of reading character isn't to judge others, it's to wake up to yourself. But beware, Jung also warned of a dangerous trap. Some people take this knowledge and use it to attack, manipulate, or feel superior. They become shadow hunters, exposing others while avoiding their own darkness. That is not consciousness, that is ego in disguise. The goal is compassion. To understand that when someone projects, it's because they're wrestling with pain. When someone's mask slips, it's because they're afraid. True awareness doesn't make you arrogant, it makes you human. So how can you use this in daily life? With loved ones, when your partner judges someone harshly, instead of fighting, gently ask, "Do you ever feel that way yourself?" This can deepen intimacy. At work, watch how colleagues respond to mistakes or criticism. Their reaction shows their leadership capacity more than their resume ever will. With yourself, keep a journal. When someone triggers you, write down why. Then ask, what part of me am I rejecting here? Slowly, you'll see patterns, and slowly, you'll integrate them. There is no coming to consciousness without pain, once said Jung. And he was right. I don't think anyone wants to see their own shadow. To watch their own mask slip, it's uncomfortable. But it's also freedom. Because the shinier you are, the less stuff you need to splash around. The less you dread disapproval, the less you need protect your mask. And in that space, you meet others not with judgment, but with clarity. Not with masks, but with authenticity. So remember, when someone judges harshly, they are revealing their shadow. When someone cracks under pressure, they are showing their true self. And when you notice these patterns in yourself, you are stepping into consciousness. The journey is not about exposing others, it's about becoming who you really are. Because in the end, Jung's greatest insight wasn't just about psychology, it was about humanity. We're not here to play roles, we're here to wake up.